reality isn't always what it seems. Some games don't just tell a story, they twist perception, warp space, and make you question everything you thought you knew. Today we're counting down 10 games that don't just break the rules, they break reality itself. Number 10, Control. There's something unnerving about stepping into a place that feels wrong, but not in a way you can explain. Reality doesn't just bend here, it folds into sharp angles and whispers back at you. Control takes that quiet, humming tension and traps you inside it like a fly in amber. You walk through the Bureau's brutalist halls, and it's instantly clear this isn't a normal government building. The walls look like they've seen things, the ceilings feel too tall, the silence too heavy, like the building is studying you just as much as you're studying it. Remedy didn't design levels here, they designed impossible spaces that rearrange themselves the moment you stop paying attention. Every corridor feels like it's hiding a truth you're probably not clear to know, but you're gonna find it anyway because curiosity in this place is a disease. Then you hit the Ocean View Motel, a place that shouldn't exist, somehow does, and might even have a favorite employee. It's that perfect blend of dream logic and bureaucracy. Press the bell 3 times, rotate reality slightly to the left, unlock a door you didn't know you were supposed to look for, and suddenly you're standing somewhere entirely different with no idea how you got there. The game keeps blurring the line between paranormal and paperwork until you're not sure which one is supposed to scare you more. And honestly, who knew office furniture could be this emotionally hostile? A desk shouldn't be able to ambush you, a filing cabinet shouldn't float at you with the confidence of a heavyweight champion. Yet here we are, dodging staplers like it's part of your federal training. And Control is just the doorway. The next one blurs reality in ways that feel almost too personal. Number 9, Layers of Fear Remake. There are haunted houses, and then there's this place. A mansion that feels less like a home and more like a canvas soaked in memory and regret. Imagine walking through a painting that remembers your trauma better than you do. Every step you take feels like you're peeling back another layer the painter never meant anyone to see. Layers of Fear doesn't use jump scares as its backbone, it uses transformation. A room stretches, a hallway folds in on itself, a single door becomes an entire labyrinth when you turn around. The logic of the world dissolves like wet paint, and suddenly you're somewhere you couldn't have physically walked to. The game isn't trying to scare you with monsters, it's trying to make you feel the moment someone's mind snaps under the weight of obsession. And the brilliance is in how those looping hallways slowly break your trust. You enter a corridor you swear you've seen before. Same wallpaper, same lamp, same floorboard creak, but something's off. A painting is watching you now. A chair is turned, a whisper replaces the silence. Your perception becomes unreliable, like the house is rewriting itself just fast enough to keep you doubting your own memory. And honestly, this might be the only house on Earth where take one step forward means congratulations, you've entered a completely different timeline. If IKEA sold architecture like this, nobody would survive the showroom. But if you want reality breaks wrapped in cosmic dread, well, you already know where we're heading next. Number 8, Returnal. Some games punish you for dying. Returnal studies you. It treats every death like a glitch in your personal timeline, something the universe is trying to rewrite. Death isn't a failure here, it's a memory trying to correct itself. And the moment you land on Atropos, that becomes uncomfortably clear. The planet feels aware, not alive in the biological sense, aware in the way someone watching you from the corner of a dark room is aware. Every cycle hits you with this eerie deja vu, like you've wandered into someone else's nightmares, and now you're stuck retreading their mistakes. Creatures move with purpose, the environments reshape themselves, and the rain feels almost rehearsed, as if Atropos is deforming for you. What makes Returnal special isn't just the loop, it's how it weaponizes it. This fusion of hard sci-fi, bullet hell chaos, and psychological symbolism makes you question what's actually happening. Is the planet tormenting Celine, or is Celine spiraling deeper into an internal collapse, manifesting her trauma across an alien landscape? The game never hands you an answer, it just hands you another loop, another chance to doubt your own understanding. And those first-person house sequences, they feel like someone stitched PT, a childhood memory, and a therapy session together and said, good luck. Your brain will not recover, and neither will your sleep schedule. If looping realities mess with your head, wait till the next game turns choice into an existential weapon. Number 7, BioShock Infinite. There's something poetic about a single lighthouse standing in the dark, a doorway, a warning, a promise. One lighthouse, infinite outcomes, and somehow none of them feel quite right. BioShock Infinite opens with that simple image, and then drags you into a world where reality feels like it's held together with frayed string and half-remembered memories. You rise into Columbia, a floating city painted in sunlight and propaganda, and you instantly can feel something is wrong beneath all that immaculate Americana. Then the cracks spread. Parallel timelines bleed into each other, conversations shift, fates bend. Infinite doesn't just introduce alternate realities, it makes you live inside them, bouncing between versions of events that might be true, might be false, or might be something entirely different. The beauty of it all is that paradox. Every decision feels powerful, yet completely meaningless in the face of an infinite multiverse. The game turns choice into a philosophical puzzle, a reflection on consequence, identity, and whether free will even exists when every version of you is making every possible choice somewhere else. And then there's Booker, a man whose life collapses faster than your GPU trying to run this thing at max particle density. Every revelation hits him like a brick, and by the end, you're not even sure which Booker you've been following, or if that distinction matters. But Infinite is still grounded next to what comes after, a game that makes time itself feel suspicious. Number 6, Outer Wilds. There's a special kind of calm that comes from floating through space, right up until the universe decides to detonate itself in your face. The universe ends every 22 minutes, and somehow that's the least confusing part. Outer Wilds takes that ticking clock and turns it into the heartbeat of a journey that feels both impossibly small and overwhelmingly vast. You hop between planets that are literally falling apart, sand oceans draining from one world to another, caves collapsing beneath your feet, ancient structures breaking under cosmic pressure. And with each loop, you start connecting threads that were never meant to be obvious. Clues hidden in forgotten ruins, messages carved by a vanished civilization, moments that only make sense when you experience them from a dozen different angles. What makes Outer Wilds so haunting is how it mixes exploration with existential dread. You're not just solving puzzles, you're uncovering a mystery older than your species, one that forces you to question fate, purpose, and where life fits into the quiet machinery of the universe. It's a story told through physics, time, and the kind of silence that feels heavy enough to crush you. And eventually, somehow, you become emotionally numb to the sun exploding. You see that bright flash and think, loop time. It becomes cozy, which is probably not something you want to tell a therapist. But maybe you want something darker, something that breaks you, not the universe. Number 5, Soma. There's a question that lingers beneath every sci-fi story about the future. What makes us human? Soma doesn't just ask that, it traps you in the answer. How human are you when your body isn't yours anymore? The game doesn't scare you with monsters hiding in the dark, it scares you with the realization that the thing inside your head might not be you at all. Descending into Pathos 2 feels like falling into the remnants of a dream, one where the world ended quietly and the machines inherited our anxieties. Soma strips away the usual horror tricks and gives you something worse, reflection. Every terminal, every broken robot begging for help, every flicker of consciousness forces you to confront a version of yourself that may or may not be real. And at the center of it all is that brutal, beautiful truth. Consciousness is just a copy and paste file, and Soma makes you live through the implications. You face choices where every outcome is wrong because each one proves another version of you is living, or suffering, somewhere else. When the credits roll, the philosophical aftershocks last longer than the fear ever could. And really, it's like having a midlife crisis underwater with robots who might be more emotionally stable than you are. Nothing hits quite like being lectured about identity by a metal crab with Wi-Fi issues. Speaking of identity, the next game doesn't just question who you are, it questions if you ever existed. Number 4, the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Some games challenge your reflexes, some challenge your puzzle-solving skills, but the Stanley Parable, it challenges your confidence. Specifically, the confidence that you have any idea what's going on. This is a game that makes fun of you for even thinking you know what's happening. You step into an empty office building, fluorescent lights humming, cubicles perfectly sterile, and then that voice, that narrator, starts guiding you through what should be a simple walk, until it isn't. The game immediately begins playing with your expectations, breaking the fourth wall, the fifth wall, and probably a couple metaphorical walls that haven't been formally named yet. Every room becomes a punchline disguised as freedom. Every decision you make exposes how little agency you actually have. The narrator becomes this weird philosophical sparring partner, challenging you, mocking you, congratulating you, or having a meltdown depending on which door you pick. What starts as comedy slowly becomes a mirror reflecting how we approach games, choices, and even our own illusions of control. It's existential dread, but served with a warm cup of sarcasm. And honestly, you've never been roasted this gently or this accurately in your entire life. This game knows you better than you want it to, and it's not afraid to point it out. But if self-awareness is unsettling, wait till memories start rewriting themselves.
Number 3, Alan Wake 2. Some worlds fracture under pressure. Alan Wake 2 does something stranger. Reality here isn't broken, it's rewriting itself with you inside it. From the moment the story begins, Remedy drags you into a narrative that feels alive, predatory, and constantly shifting beneath your feet. The game doesn't just blur lines between fiction and reality, it smears them into a fog you can barely navigate. Live action sequences bleed into gameplay with zero warning, turning scenes into hallucinations you can interact with. One moment you're following police evidence, the next you're stumbling through a nightmare written by a protagonist who may not even be in control of his own thoughts. Remedy has always flirted with metafiction, but here they leap straight into the deep end and refuse to let you surface. The brilliance comes from those dual perspectives. Saga's grounded detective work and Alan's spiraling descent into narrative hell are two sides of the same mystery. You're not sure if you're uncovering the truth, creating it, or being absorbed by someone else's version of events. By the time the layers start collapsing together, you're questioning whether this is a story you're experiencing or a story that's experiencing you. And then there's the Herald of Darkness musical set piece, which by all logic should not work, but somehow becomes one of the most unforgettable sequences in modern gaming. It turns a psychological horror into a rock opera fever dream, and the fact that it lands so perfectly is almost unsettling. Alan Wake bends reality, but the next game actively argues with yours. Number 2, Disco Elysium. Some games make you question the world. Disco Elysium goes deeper. When your own brain becomes a party of unreliable narrators, reality becomes optional. From the very first interaction, you realize that your brain isn't just a tool here, it's a stage for endless arguments, debates, and philosophical chaos. Every choice you make reshapes the protagonist's perception of himself and the world around him. Inner thoughts manifest as characters that talk, shout, or subtly manipulate your decisions. Your brain feels like a chaotic political council, voting on morality, sanity, and competence, often without consulting the you in the chair at all. By the end, you're never sure which decisions were truly yours and which were dictated by a cocktail of inner voices, regrets, and chemically induced impulses. And yes, sometimes failing a simple task because your electrochemistry told you to do something completely dumb is peak realism. There's a raw honesty in that chaos, a brilliance in how the game makes dysfunction feel intimate, human, and hilariously tragic all at once. And finally, the game that doesn't just bend reality, it makes you doubt you ever understood it. Number 1, Silent Hill 2. Some games don't just unsettle you, they burrow into your subconscious and refuse to leave. Few games disturb reality as quietly and as deeply as Silent Hill 2. From the moment James Sunderland steps into that fog-shrouded town, it becomes clear this isn't just a place, it's a reflection, a mirror of the mind, and a cage for memory, grief, and guilt. Silent Hill 2 doesn't rely on cheap scares. Every street, every alley, every flickering light is meticulously designed to embody emotional trauma. The fog isn't just atmosphere, it's a veil over truths you're not ready to face. Monsters aren't random. They are twisted manifestations of fear, desire, and shame. And as you wander, the town transforms around you, shifting subtly to reveal what's been buried in your psyche all along. The brilliance is in the detail. Enemy designs, environmental cues, even the density of fog. Everything symbolizes an internal struggle, forcing players to confront truths they didn't even know they were hiding. Every step is both exploration and self-examination, making the line between real and perceived blur until it almost doesn't matter. And let's be honest, nothing questions reality quite like a town that knows you better than you know yourself. It's intimate, it's terrifying, it's unforgettable. This is where all roads lead, to a fog that reveals more than it hides. So which of these reality-bending worlds left you questioning your own senses? Drop your pick in the comments, and if mind-warping journeys are your thing, don't forget to subscribe for more cinematic countdowns every week.